Good afternoon. This is All India Radio and I am Abhishek Mukhopadhyay with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says interests of the poor have been at the center of every budget of his government. Lok Sabha begins discussion on the motion of thanks on President's address. Most opposition parties decide to participate in the proceedings. Death toll in the massive earthquakes in Turkiye and Syria crosses 4,900. First Indian C17 flight with NDRF personnel, relief materials and medicines reaches Adana in earthquake-hit Türkiye. Indian Army mobilises an 89-member medical team. First tourism working group meeting under India's G20 presidency to begin today in Kutch, Gujarat. And in football, India to take on Nepal in the SAFF Under-20 Women's Championship in Dhaka this afternoon. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today said that the interests of the poor have been at the center of every budget of his government. Addressing the BJP Parliamentary Party meeting in New Delhi, Mr. Modi said the Union Budget 2023-24 has taken care of all sections of the society. Briefing the media, Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi quoted the Prime Minister saying that this Union Budget has been brought keeping in mind the interests of the poor. Mr. Modi asked BJP MPs to interact with the poor and the middle class in their constituencies and apprise them about the benefits of the Union Budget. He added that the conversation should be held with all sections and efforts should be made to tell people about the government's good intentions.
बजट हम प्रेजेंट करते हैं, कुछ लोग तो विरोध करने वाले तो रहता है, लेकिन इस बार लगभग जो नॉर्मली भारतीय जनता पार्टी के विचार के खिलाफ है, वो लोग भी बजट का स्वागत किया है। ये उल्लेख माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने किया है।
On logjam in Parliament, the Minister said that Mr. Modi expressed hope that the two houses will function smoothly from today. During the meeting, BJP National President J.P. Nadda felicitated the Prime Minister and Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman for All-Inclusive Union Budget 2023. After 3-day logjam on the Adani Group issue, the Lok Sabha today took up discussion on the motion of thanks to President Draupadi Murmu's address to the joint sitting of both houses of Parliament. Initiating the discussion, BJP MP C.P. Joshi lauded Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership, saying India's stature at the World Forum has strengthened. He said government has taken a series of measures for the welfare of every section of the society. He said in 2014, when Narendra Modi's government came into power, there was widespread corruption in the country, which has been checked by the present regime. He said government is working on a vision of Antyodaya, which means empowering the last person at the last mile.
देश के प्रधानमंत्री जी की अपने विजन से प्रतिवर्ष वो प्लान बनाकर इस देश को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए, इस देश को विकसित उन्नति और प्रगति के मार्ग पर ले जाने के लिए काम कर रहे हैं। पूरे देश के करोड़ों लोगों का सौभाग्य है कि आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में, जिसका जिक्र अभिभाषण में आया था, आज सकल घरेलू उत्पाद का जो देश 85% भागीदारी रखते हैं, जो वैश्विक व्यापार में 75% हिस्सेदारी रखते हैं, जो दुनिया की 2/3 आबादी का नेतृत्व करते हैं, ऐसे देशों की G20 देशों की अध्यक्षता करने का गौरव भारत को मिला है।
The Rajya Sabha today observed 2 minutes of silence in remembrance of people who lost their lives in the massive earthquake in Turkiye and Syria. Chairman Jagdeep Dhankar said as part of the rescue measures, India sent quick assistance to the affected countries. After 3 days of logjam on the Adani Group issue, most opposition parties have decided to participate in Parliament proceedings from today. Congress leader Jairam Ramesh said they will continue to raise their demand for a joint parliamentary committee probe into the Adani Group issue. Early in the morning, opposition parties held a meeting at Parliament House complex and discussed the strategy. Meanwhile, Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi expressed hope that the houses will function smoothly from today. He said he had a word with the opposition leaders and they have assured him in this regard. The government has said that the fact-check unit of the Press Information Bureau has busted over 1,100 cases of fake news so far. This was stated by Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Singh Thakur in a written reply to Lok Sabha today. He said the PIB has counted over 37,000 complaints so far. The government has statutory and institutional mechanisms in place to combat fake news. The minister said appropriate action is taken by the government and the Press Council in case of violation. The government has constituted a commission to explore the possibility of according scheduled caste status to Dalit Christians and Muslims. This information was given by Social Justice and Empowerment Minister Dr. Virendra Kumar in a written reply in the Lok Sabha today. He said the commission was constituted in October last year. He said the commission has already started working and has been provided all necessary secretarial assistance. Dr. Kumar said government is fully committed to provide all the facilities to enable the commission to function effectively. More than 4,900 people have been killed and tens of thousands injured after a powerful 7.8 magnitude earthquake struck Turkiye and Syria yesterday. Thousands of buildings collapsed in both countries. Hundreds of people are believed to be trapped under the rubble. The toll is expected to rise as rescue workers search mounds of wreckage in cities and towns across Turkiye and Syria. The quake was one of the strongest to hit the region in more than 100 years. Millions of people across Turkiye, Syria, Lebanon, Cyprus and Israel felt the earthquake. Tremors from the powerful earthquakes were also felt as far away as Denmark and Greenland. Dozens of countries have pledged to aid in search and rescue operations. Offers of aid have poured in from across the world, including from India, the UAE, the European Union and Israel. The first Indian C17 flight with NDRF personnel, specially trained dog squads, drilling machines, relief material, medicines and other necessary utilities and equipment has reached Adana, Türkiye. In a tweet, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar said that the second plane is also getting ready for departure. The decision to send relief material was taken yesterday in the light of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's instructions to offer all possible assistance and relief measures to the victims of the earthquake. The relief measures is being taken up in coordination with the government of Türkiye. NDRF DIG Mohsin Shahidi said 2 teams of NDRF comprising of 101 rescuers are in Türkiye for rescue and relief operations.
A massive earthquake has taken place in Turkey and Syria, due to which a lot of casualties have occurred. Seeing this disaster situation, Government of India has taken a decision to send 2 teams of NDRF for the search and rescue and relief operation. This will be a team of 101 rescuers. 1 team will be from 8th Battalion NDRF at Ghaziabad, the 2nd Battalion at Kolkata. We have rescuers who are well trained in urban search and rescue operations.
Indian Army has mobilized an 89-member medical team to earthquake-hit Türkiye. The team comprises medical specialists and is equipped with X-ray machines, ventilators, oxygen generation plants, cardiac monitors and associated equipment to establish a 30-bedded medical facility. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. Union Petroleum and Natural Gas Minister Hardeep Singh Puri has said that under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, India has been making immense strides in ensuring energy security for its citizens at affordable prices. Speaking at the 9th Asian Ministerial Energy Roundtable on the sidelines of India Energy Week 2023, Mr. Puri said affordable energy is a vital ingredient to achieve inclusive growth and energy justice. The minister said that emerging economies are facing the daunting task of safeguarding energy security because of affordability in the current scenario. Talking about the net zero targets, Mr. Puri said that to achieve it, the world would require global coordination and access to skill, technology and global financing. He said there is also a need to work on a variety of energy solutions, be it renewable energy, nuclear or advanced biofuel.
In a sustainable manner towards green and clean energy solutions, whether they come from biofuels, whether they come from green hydrogen, or they come from any new innovations that come on the table, we have to make sure that our transition entails surviving the present in a manner which makes those who are the most affected, who are the most vulnerable, to ensure that they are cushioned from the volatility that turbulence globally can cause them.
Speaking at the event, Sultan Al Jaber, President-designate of COP28 of UAE, said that under Prime Minister Modi's guidance, India has emerged from the pandemic stronger than ever before. He added that it is in fact the fastest growing major economy and will soon be the largest in the world. In Tripura, several heavyweight campaigners from different parties are campaigning today to move voters in the state. Defence Minister and senior BJP leader Rajnath Singh will address two rallies today. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma will also address election rallies. TMC Supremo Mamata Banerjee is holding a road show at Agartala in a bid to woo the voters. Senior leaders from all parties are also holding rallies and door-to-door campaigns to get the support of the voters of Tripura. Tripura CEO Kiran Gite has said that voting facilities at home for 80 years above and PWD voters will begin tomorrow. He said that 8,000 such voters opted for this voting facility, which will continue for 3 days. Filing of nominations for assembly elections in Meghalaya and Nagaland will end today. The scrutiny will be held tomorrow, and the last date for withdrawal of candidature is the 10th of this month. The state will go to polls to elect a new assembly on the 27th of this month. The first tourism working group meeting under India's G20 presidency will begin this afternoon at Dhaka in Kutch, Gujarat. Union Tourism Minister J. Kishan Reddy, Union Minister for Fisheries Parsuttam Rupala and Chief Minister Bhupendra Patel will officially inaugurate the meeting. Addressing the media at Dhaka, Secretary of Ministry of Tourism Arvind Singh said the meeting will focus on 5 priority issues pertaining to tourism such as green tourism, digitalization, skills, tourism, MSMEs and destination management. Nearly 100 delegates, including the representatives of the G20 nations, invited countries and international organizations will take part in the meeting. A report from a correspondent.
Divide Desert is all set to host the first tourism working group meeting to begin today at Dhaka as part of G20. Besides deliberating upon several key issues pertaining to tourism, the international delegates will also visit White Desert, ancient Harappan civilization site Dholavira and earthquake memorial Smritivan in Bhuj as part of the meeting. Chief Minister Bhupendra Patel will host a cultural program and a gala dinner for the delegates today to showcase the rich heritage of the region. There will also be separate sessions on rural tourism and archaeological tourism as part of the meeting. Aparna Khun, AR News, Ahmedabad.
The longest river cruise of the world, Ganga Vilas, is currently passing through the waters of Bangladesh. After entering into Bangladesh on the 3rd of this month, 25 days after it was flagged off on January 13th from Varanasi by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, currently the cruise members are in the Sundarban area of Bangladesh. Our Dhaka correspondent has filed this report.
On the 29th day of their 51-day-long river cruise, the tourists on board Ganga Vilas explored the narrow creeks and canals of Harbaria in the Sundarbans area today on rowing boats amid the huge variety of wildlife and Sundarban flora. They left Harbaria later in the morning today. They are scheduled to arrive at Muraliganj in the evening. Early tomorrow morning, the tourists will depart for Borishal on this incredible journey on the river cruise, covering some of the most historic and heritage sites of Bangladesh. The river cruise, covering 3,200 kilometers through India and Bangladesh, is being hailed as a landmark event that will help in realizing the potential of tourism, open up new ways of connecting the people and strengthen the historically strong ties of friendship between India and Bangladesh. Rajesh Jha, AIR News, Dhaka.
In football, India will face Nepal in the South Asian Football Federation SAFF Under-20 Women's Championship in Dhaka today. The match will start at 2:30 p.m. Indian time. Earlier in its previous 2 matches, India thrashed Bhutan by 12 goals to nil in the opening match and was held to a goalless draw by Bangladesh in another match. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says interests of the poor have been at the center of every budget of his government. Lok Sabha begins discussion on the motion of thanks on President's address. Most opposition parties decide to participate in the proceedings. Death toll in the massive earthquakes in Turkiye and Syria crosses 4,900. First Indian C17 flight with NDRF personnel, relief materials and medicines reaches Adana in earthquake-hit Türkiye. Indian Army mobilises an 89-member medical team. First tourism working group meeting under India's G20 presidency to begin today in Kutch, Gujarat. And in football, India to take on Nepal in the SAFF Under-20 Women's Championship. And with that, we end the Midday News.